Hey everybody, here with Mike Benton, Benton Capital. We're going to talk a little bit about the market right now, these crazy rates that are going on. Everybody's flipping out. Anyway, mortgages, they're still able to get them. So anyway, we'll be right back. Let's go. Mike, good to see you.
You as well. Thanks for having me, Jeff.
Yeah, for sure, man. I'm glad you could get on here last minute. Just thought it'd be good to jump on. We haven't done this for a couple of months now. A lot of things going on out there, interest rates, all this kind of stuff. I was on the phone yesterday with a lady, a friend of mine in Indiana. She's a realtor, and they had clients under contract on a new build, and they didn't lock in their rates a couple of months ago, and now they are out looking for another home because they couldn't qualify anymore for the new build. Stuff like that going on. What? Talk about it. Let's catch up on some of the things that are happening here. Okay.
Absolutely. I think
Yeah.
one of the biggest questions that I'm getting is why have interest rates risen so quickly, and what's the rationale behind it? And the biggest reason is inflation, right? I mean, I think that's the buzzword of 2022.
Yeah.
And essentially, what the Fed's trying to do is reduce their balance sheet of mortgage-backed securities, and basically reduce their risk and kind of hedge inflation, right? Slow it down, and I think they're going to end up doing a good job with that. And in my opinion, maybe a little late, but it's been a little quick. But I think the big thing that people need to know out there is things are going to settle down here. We did get a good pullback today, about a quarter point down after some of the numbers came in this morning. So that's a positive, right? I mean, and historically, we're still not that high in rates compared. And the other thing is what people need to know is that there's not a correlation, surprisingly, of interest rates going up and housing prices going down. If you look back from the 1970s to today, there's no direct correlation, which surprises folks.
Right. What are the rates today? What are you seeing today?
Conventional rates low fives, and then government rates of VA, FHA, in the higher fours.
Okay. I mean, and there's still phenomenal rates. I mean, my wife and I remember when we bought our first house. Now that was back in 2000, I think. I don't know. It was like 6 3/4, something like
I
that.
think mine was 7% in 2001, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. And we've heard those stories. Some of us have been around a while. Some of us older guys, whatever. I mean, I didn't have a house back then, but I've heard those stories back in the 80s or whatever it was, 18%, like a credit card. I'm like, oh my goodness,
Right?
how'd they do
Yeah.
that? But still great rates. I think we've just been so conditioned over the last 4 or 5 years here, where they've been down in the threes and the even the twos and whatever. So got a little spoiled with that.
Right.
But what are you seeing right now? Like where do you see it going this year? I mean, they're talking. They're going to be going up continually throughout the year. Do you see that happening? Or
I do. I mean,
do you?
I see. I see us ending somewhere or settling down high fives to the mid sixes. I mean, I'm glad this is recorded so we can look back and see my predictions right. But I do feel like we're going to end up in the mid sixes at some point. And then once the Fed and everyone else sees that mortgage applications and real estate has slowed down a little bit, they'll be able to back off a little bit, and and then there'll be opportunities as well. Like, I mean, just because you get a 5.5 today doesn't mean that you're locked into that forever. We at some point they will fall again. We predict, whether it's 1 year, 2 years, 3 years down the road.
Right.
So you need to take that into consideration. We are also seeing ARM products come back into the market. So 5 and 7 year ARMs, which, the average person is only in their home for 5 years. So people just need to be educated about those.
Right. Very cool. What? Oh man, I had a question. I had a thought, and it just went brain fart.
Well, I mean, one thing. I mean, I think that we're starting to see sellers be a little more amenable to a full price offer with maybe a $20,000 appraisal gap instead of a 50 or 70,000. So I think that's good news for buyers.
Yeah.
We're seeing more FHA deals get accepted, right? Like even in the middle of the week, I got a couple last week here in Colorado Springs accepted FHA, which that's a product that people need. When rates go up a little bit, FHA loans are going to be back in kind of demand, and we'll see more sellers accepting those.
Right. I know I was going to ask you, can you explain for any first-time buyers that might watch this, just they're thinking about buying a house or they want to go through that process, explain like even if the rates go up even a quarter point, like what does that do to their monthly payments? Can you talk about that? I mean, just so that people would understand
Sure.
that, some of these guys, because they don't realize how important that is. Like if you can get in now, get in now,
Right. Yeah, I mean, I think that, so let's just use a full point, right? It reduces your buying, every full point reduces your buying power by 10%. So every quarter point reduces your buying power by 2.5%. So yes, it does impact things, right? Like on a $500,000 property, right? Since rates have gone up a full 2 points, that property before, you could have afforded a $600,000 property in the beginning of the year. I
Right.
do not see us going up, another 2 points, 7.25, 7.5 this year. That would be pretty drastic. So I'm hoping we see things settle out in the
Right.
high fives to mid sixes as we go through the summer months. But 1% now is, like I said, full 10% savings. So
Yeah,
it
for sure.
makes a difference.
For sure. Talk about some of the programs you guys have going right now.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting offers accepted. Luckily, Jeff, because we're closing in 14 days or less. We do have 100% financing available for qualified buyers. You don't have to be a physician. You don't have to be a veteran. It's a wealth builder program. It's a really great product. Bridge loan / gap loan. So we take the equity from your current home. We've closed quite a few of those in 2022, so that people don't have to be homeless or worry about what they're going to find. They can go ahead and buy something today, pull the equity out of their existing home, put it on the market, and then kind of pay off that short-term debt to us. So very easy stuff to accomplish very quickly as well, and gives you certainty.
Right, for sure. How many people you have working with you now?
So my team is so we got Jen, right, kind of the face of us here in Colorado Springs.
Jen Weiss,
Jen Weiss, yeah. Jason Schmier and Randy Wrinkle are kind of my right hand man and woman in the office, loan officer wise. Chris Reese is our fast track processor. So we, as you guys know, we underwrite all of our files up front, allows us to close quicker, gives certainty to the realtor, certainty to the seller. So he handles all that up front for us. And then Lauren Williams is our processor, who's been with me for a couple of years.
Very cool. Well, you guys have a great company out there.
Oh, I appreciate it.
Love working with you.
Yeah.
Love working with you guys. Guys, if you're a realtor and you haven't, thrown a loan out to Benton Capital, seriously, you give them a call. You got the number there on the bottom of the screen. You can go to their website, whatever, but give Mike a call. They do a lot of stuff with a lot of agents here in town. A lot of us here at EXP. A lot of EXP agents are using you. I know.
Well, we love EXP for sure.
Yeah, no, you've done some good stuff. Where else is your business? Talk about your business just real quick. We haven't done that on here because you started out. You just started business in Florida.
Yeah,
right?
So we have some teams located in Florida, Denver, the Carolinas. We just got licensed in Virginia, and we're working on licenses in Connecticut and New Jersey right now. So I hired a guy here recently to do some business development for our parent company and ourselves, who's already opened up 4 branches for us in the last 60 days for us in our corporate office.
Wow.
So he's a crackerjack.
Yeah, there you go. That's awesome.
Allows me to focus on what I like to do, which is loans and, working locally. And he's able to kind of run production as we build out the East Coast a little bit.
Right. Very cool. Anything else you want to wrap up with at all? Just a quick update on things,
I think the biggest thing is, understand that, hey, the sky's not falling, right? We've been through this before.
For sure.
It's important to work with, realtors like yourself and Lane who are experienced, right? Like, we've been through this. And real estate, holds the test of time. Mm-hmm. You buy right, you get the good financial advice. And again, your rate today doesn't mean that's going to be your rate forever.
Sure.
And work with someone that understands, how long you're going to be in the home, what your financial goals are, understand, about discount points, if it makes sense to pay them or not. So there's a lot of things that go into a loan besides just the interest rate. And I think that's important in today's market.
Yeah, definitely. Well, a lot of great agents out there. Colorado Springs, ton of good agents out there in the community. So, anyway, good stuff. Well, I appreciate your time, Mike. I know this is quick. That's what we wanted to do. Yeah. We'll do it again soon. Keep up to date, guys. Seriously, get in touch. If you're a consumer, get in touch with a good agent. One who knows what they're doing, and get in touch with a good lender. Mike is one that I can highly recommend. We've been working with them now for the last 3 or 4 years here, and just doing some great stuff. I love that you guys are just you communicate with the agents in huge ways. That's big. That can be so frustrating when, as an agent, you're a couple days out of closing, and there's different things, or you leave a message, and it's a day or two before you hear back from the lender. It can be so frustrating as an agent, especially in this kind of market. We need some quick answers sometimes, and you guys are on top of that. And nothing but great things to say about you and your team and everything that you're doing. So if you're a realtor out there, seriously, throw a deal their way. Let them work their magic. You guys have been able to pull some rabbits out of hats out there. So anyway, it's been good. So for sure, guys. So guys, thanks a lot. Stick around. We'll be back later this week. We got an interview coming up here. I'm excited about this one. Brian Moses. Do you know Brian, Mike, by chance?
No.
So Brian Moses, he was one of the coaches with Craig Proctor when I first got into real estate, and been in the business for a long, long time. And I'm doing an interview with him on Thursday. We're excited about that. So anyway, some big things happening there. But yeah, it'll be awesome. So guys, thanks a lot. Have a great day. Have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you soon. Thanks.